Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're going to talk about the gaming industry during these troubling times. Hopefully you find people watching are fine as well. So we're getting an influx of news every single day about how the world is changing with the current situation, but how did that reflect on the world of gaming? Well, it's booming. If there is one thing that people can do in their homes today, it's that they can go and play video games and stream Netflix. So in the past 10 days, video games like CSGO, Dota, PUBG and the rest of the usual gang saw a surge in players where currently, as I'm recording this video, there is more than 1 million people in CSGO, which is an insane number. I believe they also hit a new record just a couple of days ago. And if we look at Steam alone, currently there is more than 22 million people on Steam online, and almost 7 million are currently in game. Keep in mind, this is during the day, so tonight this number is probably going to go up even more. And we also got a really nice breakdown of the surge by Daniel Ahmad, and he says that previous records of Steam being this visited happened in January of 2018, where they had 18.5 million people driven by PUBG, because at that time PUBG was insanely huge. Then on February 2nd, 2020, they had 18.8 million people, which was during the Chinese New Year when they were in lockdown. Then on the February 9th of 2020, 19.1 million people, which was before end of the extended Chinese New Year period. You can see that the number is going up, and obviously the Chinese market is extremely vital in these numbers, because a huge majority of gaming today is happening in China. Their numbers are huge and their population is enormous, so of course they will have their own ecosystem of video games and eSports in a sense. Of course, on March 20th is when US and some other countries in Europe went into lockdown, and the number went up to 21.2 million. And today it's 22 million, which could rise even more if you ask me in the next week. I kinda expect this number to go to 24 million, maybe even higher. And a lot of single player games got a boost as well. I've been looking at some games on Steam, and for example, I know that Tomb Raider is not only a single player game, but it's getting a lot of players online, which is insane. And it's normal because people are playing these games to pass the time while they are in their homes. Now, this also created a lot of problems on networks. Generally, a lot of services like Uplay, Steam, Origin, game servers from various games out there had lag issues. They were basically overpopulated by people, and obviously those servers are going to fail. And this is definitely something new for everyone, because even though records are being broken, a lot of companies started having issues. And let's also look at the development side. Because look, majority of projects right now are being moved to work from home. Even CDPR moved almost everyone to continue working on the game. Luckily, they said they will still have the September release date, so that's good. But the rest could have issues, especially companies that couldn't or didn't prepare for this kind of a situation. So I might honestly expect some delays for games for the rest of the year. Hopefully not. It is a unique situation out there, so delays might happen. And I guess everything has a good and a bad side. Yes, gaming is more popular than ever, but in times like these, it's a problem because you have server issues, etc, etc. But the good thing is that we live in, the year where networks are getting stronger and, people can enjoy this stuff. So that's also a plus. Honestly, if something like this happened 10 years ago, the infrastructure, the internet infrastructure we had then wouldn't be enough. But today, it's a whole different story. So when people tell you, random people, actors tell you, that you should stop gaming or restrict your gaming to a certain hours because you're taking too much bandwidth, it doesn't go that way. Gaming doesn't really take that much. Netflix takes about 7 gigs, I believe, per hour if you're streaming. Games take about 40 to 80 megabytes, maybe even 20, so that's not much, but it's not going to clog the internet. Don't worry about it. And look, Regarding the gaming companies, they will also have to change how they promote their game. Since E3 was cancelled and majority of gaming festivals were also delayed or cancelled, publishers and developers will have to find a new way to interact with people. So they will have to switch to streaming, which they should have had done in the first place as an extra thing before this whole mess started. You go to festivals, but also stream something to people. But again, this is forcing them to rethink their strategies, so it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with, because obviously this time they're going to stream to all of us. And also looking at the eSports scene, it took a huge toll because public events have been cancelled and many are forced to run tournaments from their home. Yes, it does lack the grandiosity of a huge arena filled with fans, but at least in some form eSport is able to live. People can still connect online, and honestly that is different as a sport because other classic sports like their leagues have been delayed and cancelled because obviously there is this thing contact, there is contact, and here in the esports industry there isn't that, so at least in some area it's going to be well. But hey, that is everything I have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this little analysis of the industry, well, the current state of the industry in this time. We shall see how this is going to develop over the next couple of days and weeks, but you tell me down below what you think about it. Also smash that like and subscribe button for more and join our growing community on Twitter and Discord. This is LKM signing out, and stay classy everyone. Bye bye.